Picture a future where you do not have to work for a company or a boss that you do not enjoy working with. You choose when to work, who to work with on your own terms. The rest of the time you can be doing the things that you want. Your hobbies, spending quality time with family and friends because you are making enough money from your investments, skills, knowledge, vocation that funds your lifestyle pretty much forever. You do not want to wait until you are 70 to get there. In fact, you want to get there in your 30s or latest in your 40s, living your best life without being shackled to a job that you do not enjoy. Easier said than done. Yes, and so in this video, we are going to break down the exact framework to early retirement. Level 1 is what we are going to call traditional retirement. A concept had been around since day one, where you work like an grunt. Eventually, at the age of 60, 65, you retire. It was all good back in the day where the life expectancy was like 70 or under. It's great, says nobody ever today. You discover a lot of people who walk through this path are prone to various health complications, not to mention losing their identity and purpose of life as they age. Also, you probably do not want to be waiting until you are 65 or 70 to live life. And this whole idea that I will work for ages and then you only start living the best of your life when you are 65, when you have got arthritis in both of your knees, is so depressing. So that brings us to level 2, and that is the idea of mini retirement. Now, the idea of mini retirement is that instead of waiting until you are 60 to have your 20 years of retirement or whatever, why not spread your retirement or your mini retirements throughout your life? So if you have an income generating vocation or business where you have the autonomy, you can afford to delegate, hire people, automate workflows, so you can take 1 week, 2 weeks off a few times a year, do whatever the hell you want, sip cocktails by the beach if that is your cup of tea, or travel, I don't know, backpacking in Europe or whatever place you want to go while you are still young and energetic. That sounds fun until you discover level 3 retirement. How? The top G does it. Perpetual retirement. Top G, Naval Ravikant, says this in his book. Retirement is when you stop sacrificing today for an imaginary tomorrow. When today is complete, in and of itself, you are retired. Which is really a fresh way of viewing this concept of retirement. Like when we are working, the reason we call that work is because we are sacrificing something. Generally, most of us do not work for fun. We are sacrificing something for the sake of making money. We are trading our youth and life energy for money so that in the future we can enjoy the money that we earn from our work sacrifice. If you ask most people, would you do your job if you won a lottery today or you were not being paid for it? People will say, hell no! People like me are the exception because I love doing what I do. So how not to sacrificing today for a better tomorrow? How do you get to a state where you are sort of technically retired or like mentally or emotionally retired? Preferably while you are still in your 30s or 40s. First method, you make so much money that you find it hard to spend it in this lifetime, or enough money so you can comfortably satisfy your demanding, high-flying lifestyle. Every day you go around asking, what color is your Bugatti? Commonly known as FIRE, financial independence, retire early. The fat version of it, fat as in horizontally challenged. You hold loads and loads of money after you have made a fortune from your high-flying job or business. Then every year you live off the interest or the dividends or just make control withdrawals, avoiding from touching the principal amount if you cannot. The only problem with this for most people, you are not some immortal vampire who has 500 years to accumulate that large amount of money. And so the second method to retire early is lean FIRE. And this is where you lower the cost of your lifestyle as humanly possible, more achievable. Yes, maybe you move to a different state or province in a country or even different country, say a rural Cameron Highlands or Alstar in Malaysia, where a 60,000 a year gives you like a ridiculously good lifestyle versus living in the city center of Kuala Lumpur. Now, you have just reduced the amount of money that you need in your investment portfolio at the onset of retirement, so you do not run out of money before running out of life. The only problem with this is that it then requires you to be consistently frugal in your lifestyle, which can be hard because Mr. Inflation and Mrs. Medical Inflation do not live frugally. Some people got it wrong because they live like a hermit, a minimalist, but they still stay in urban cities. That is like you put a monk to live in a brothel filled with supermodels. Temptation too intense that you are going to crack sooner or later. You want to be a minimalist? Go move to a place without shopping malls, with bad internet connection or none, and you have to grow your own food. Else it would not work because inevitably your lifestyle costs are just going to keep on rising rather than staying at rock bottom. And so if you combine these two, fat fire and lean fire, you get these three concepts: hybrid retirement, where the work you are doing to generate income is the work that you will be doing as a hobby anyway. Now obviously this is a very privileged position to be in, but I actually think it is more viable, realistic option than a fat fire or a lean fire kind of life, especially in today's internet economy, creator economy, remote work, and all that kind of stuff, because you will find it excruciatingly hard to reach a financial position where you are flush with so much money to the extent you can spend and spend and spend without any boundary and without any sense of insecurity. And I would also argue that you would struggle sooner or later to drive your lifestyle costs so far down that you can easily live off your investment and savings for 30-40 years. First, there's no substitute to exchanging time for money when you get started, but we can amplify this money in exchange for time equation by using these four types of leverage: using other people's time to make money, using own or other people's money to make more money, using programming or coding to make money, using content platform or social media to make money. With the money obtained, you put that money back into work, but not just any work. Money likes to be put in systems or the kind of work with good structure and flows explained in this other video, the value system of money. I highly recommend you watch it after this video. Second, no point worrying about inflation situation out there, as there's nothing much we can control, but instead focus on making more money. Keep lifestyle inflation in check. Lifestyle inflation is a major factor here. This is the idea that as you make more money, it becomes easier and easier to overspend, because now it's like, oh, I could fly business class, oh, I could get a new iPhone every year, oh, I could upgrade my house, and oh, I could upgrade my car, and you wonder where all my money has gone. What we want to condition our mind is to think, what are the expenses that I can get rid of without affecting my happiness and my quality of life? You'll be like, I can enjoy staying in a fancy hotel if I want to, but I know it is not a must. But really, if you can increase the gap between your income and your expenses, over time, that surplus of cash eventually blows up in value in one or more of these forms: stocks, bonds, or real estate property. Third, to make sure you are actually enjoying the journey of making money more than the end result. Example, I get to a point where the work I am doing is the work that I would be doing anyway, even if I am not paid for it. And when I look at my calendar every week, what are the activities in my calendar that energize me, and what are the activities in my calendar that drain me, that drain my energy away, literally. And then for the ones that drain my energy, I try to make it enjoyable, or figure out a way to pay someone who does it better than me or enjoy doing it more than me. That, I reckon, is a more fulfilling path to not turn into a wasted sperm versus selling our soul to the corporate devils to get, say, 10 million, sacrificing your health, family, and mental well-being in the process just to spend the rest of your life chilling on the beach doing nothing. Come on, man, that is a guaranteed recipe for boredom, depression, and burn out. This way, leading a fulfilling life of early retirement does not require you to have anywhere near 10 million at the onset of your chosen retirement age. Words of hope, my friend. A fulfilled life that consists of learning, teaching, solving problems for others with your skills or expertise. Turns out that you do not need all that fancy stuff as what the media has sold you. I'm sure this has resonated with you. So this is the next step-by-step video instruction guide to start making real money in this internet economy.